Steve, Kazakhstan, obviously still a lot of hurt from the first game. You weren't involved, but do you feel there's a revenge mission tomorrow night?
For me, football's never about revenge. It's all about the game coming up. What happened before happened before. We want to finish the campaign on a positive for ourselves. We want to finish third in the section, which is the best we can do now, and that's what we'll be focusing on.
Despite not qualifying automatically, do you feel there's a bit of positivity within the squad at the moment?
Well, that's what we're trying to work towards. Obviously, we wanted to produce a big win against one of the top two seeds in the group. We didn't manage to do that. So the next best thing for us is to secure the third spot.
Rod Petrie has said that he will ask the SPFL to do as much as they can to help the national team ahead of the playoffs. What's your take on it, and what would you like to happen?
No, I think you want the governing bodies to do all they can to help. We understand, everybody understands that there may be some restrictions in there, but I think where there's a will, there's a way. But for now, the most important thing for me is to concentrate on the game tomorrow night and make sure that we have a good win and a good performance.
Just for clarity, Steve, when you talk about the help, are you talking about the scheduling of games to allow you more time with the players, or can you elaborate as to what do you mean by that?
No, like I think this is more a discussion for having after we have the playoff, the draw. Everybody knows whether it's two home games, whether it's a home game and an away game. So I think rather than speaking about that before, what I feel, and maybe some people don't feel, but I feel is a very important fixture for us tomorrow night. I think it's better to speak after this game.
In terms of this game tomorrow night, you mentioned how important it is. Is that for momentum, confidence, building towards these playoffs? Just how crucial is this game tomorrow?
It's important because as a national team, you want to represent your country and you want to win matches. It's something that we haven't done enough of in the section, and we want to finish with 3 wins on the bounce.
Looking at that, Steve, 3 wins on the bounce, how important is that to get into the habit of just winning games of football?
No, I think it's very important. In the same way in football, everybody talks about losing games can become a habit. It's the same with winning games. It's important to win. It's important for this group of players to feel good about themselves after we play tomorrow night.
Can you sense that the players do feel a bit better about themselves following the 2 wins?
No, I think the mood in this camp has been particularly good. I think it's very positive from the first day we got together until now. And the only way to cement that is with another good performance and hopefully another victory tomorrow night. Against good opposition, I have to say. I've watched Kazakhstan, and sometimes you look at the name of the nation and nobody looks at the team that's actually on the pitch. Good team, well organised, and some threats going forward.
You said this, you feel this is more important than perhaps a lot of other people think, this fixture. Is that, to what extent are you thinking about maybe experimenting, looking ahead to the playoff game?
No, I don't think it's not for experimenting. I've said that all the way through. Over the course of my tenure or my time in charge, I've used the second game to maybe rest 1 or 2 players. It's something that I'm still considering for tomorrow night.
Steve, how would you sum up your 6 months in charge? Yeah,
I'm reasonably satisfied. I think we've made some progress. I said before the Cyprus game that to me, within the camp, within the matches, I can see signs of progress. But until we start to get wins on the pitch, people may not believe me.
How have you had to adapt your management from club to international?
I'm still adapting. I'm still learning. I'm still working on it. I'm learning more and more all the time. I think this second game in the 2-game period becomes a time where you don't really have much time at all on the training pitch, so you have to do more in the meeting rooms, more in the videos, a little bit more classroom work, if you like, rather than practical work. So learning all the time.
Steve, you said you're still adapting there, but you've had the chance to get a few trips away now with the national team. Are you feeling comfortable in the setup compared with the day-to-day action of club football?
Yeah, completely comfortable. I enjoy working with the players. Like I say, good group of players. Every time I've been away, I've always felt that there's a good group of players. They want to do their best for the country. I think people sometimes underestimate how much the players hurt when they don't win matches. The players hurt a lot, and we're determined to try and turn things around for the country and give everyone a chance to go and see their team playing in a major tournament, which is possibly 3 games away, and that's what we're focused on.
The team at the moment are getting a lot of goals from midfield. Are you looking at that as a strength or a weakness in terms of the
It's definitely a strength. It's definitely a strength, but it doesn't matter where you get the goals from. I was actually having a little discussion with one of my coaches today, and we were talking about strikers and how sometimes strikers feel as though they have to score goals. It's not the case. You have to win matches. It doesn't matter where the goals come from.
And you've brought Eamon Brophy in to replace Lawrence Shankland. Do you feel he's a safe pair of hands to come into the team because you've known him over your period?
No, listen, Eamon's a player that I know, so I know what I'm going to get from Eamon if I have to select him.
We were hearing of rounds of applause in the dressing room for the likes of Nazy getting his 50th cap and others getting their first cap. Do you feel there's a real esprit de corps beginning to build amongst the squad despite the number of call-offs?
Yeah, I do. I think that's something that we've worked hard on since we came together last June as a group. By and large, I think the group we had the last time, or the group we've got this time, everyone has been in a camp before except young Ryan Porteous, who joined us late. So slowly but surely you start to get familiarity. The players start to understand me. They maybe see that I'm not quite as dour and difficult to get on with as maybe some people imagine. You know, in a club situation, that kind of bond develops over 4, 6, 8 weeks. So you get it very quickly, whereas in this one it maybe takes a little bit longer because you only have short periods of time together. But no, the team spirit is good.
So the thing you could do with most is a couple of games in the next month? A couple of games in the next month, that's the sort of thing you could do with most at the moment to keep this going?
Yeah, but we don't have that opportunity. That's one of the little foibles of the fixture calendar that we have to deal with is 4 months to the next get together. I'll obviously be watching all the players, trying to keep in touch with most of them, and we'll come together and hopefully don't forget what they've had this year.
Any final questions?
We keep hearing it's been 1998 since Scotland last reached a major tournament. What would it mean to you, and do you think this nation as a whole, if we could make it next year, especially with games here at Hampden?
No, I think it would be fantastic. 1998 was the year I retired. It's a long time ago, eh? So it's probably been too long. So like I said before, we're working towards hopefully a big moment for the nation, and we're all giving 100% for that.
Stephen, I just asked team news, how's folks looking after the training session today? Any ins and outs?
No, everyone good to go. Obviously, Lawrence had picked up just a little niggle before the San Marino game. We chose not to risk him there, and it didn't clear up. So there's only a small injury, and I'm sure he'll be fine in the next 2 or 3 days and ready to play for his club. But everyone else fit and available.